Hello, hello. Whew. There we go. Back online. Should work. I wonder if there is a setting that is preventing me from hearing the music when I tab out. Huh. Yo, what up, Gustav? What up, Josos? That was some good sleep indeed. Yes, indeed. Whew. I have no idea. I mean, I streamed like 7+ hours earlier, and this break just kind of refreshed me a little bit. I needed that though. What did you guys do between the break? I think it was a little bit longer than 3 hours, wasn't it? My break. Have you done the challenge in the event? The challenge? Is there a challenge mode in the event? Challenge. Oh, there is a challenge. I have not done it yet. I challenge mode Gravedigger, fuck my life. No, I have not done it, indeed. You passed out again, jeez. Fuck my life. It's fucking Gravedigger again. Okay. Okay, if it's gonna be Gravedigger... If it's gonna be Gravedigger, just let's go quickly say hi and fuck you to this thing, right? This, and then a buffer. I have not done it indeed. It is Gravedigger. God damn. I might have to make a more serious team afterwards, but let's see. Let's say hi to Gravedigger first and foremost with this, right? And bye. Another 7-hour session? No, fuck no. I mean, let's not get demonetized. No, hell no. But like, yeah. Well, that's Gravedigger challenge mode done for this reset, and then once it resets again, I'll go back to Gravedigger again. Oh boy. Fuck my life. Why did it have to be Gravedigger? Like, we already have enough of that fidget spinner in freaking special interception, and I think today, like, once the reset happens, it's gonna be again the freaking fidget spinner. It's like, why? Yeah, it is gonna be the fidget spinner after reset. Why? Just why would they do that? Oh, that is so questionable. I did not notice that there was a challenge. Okay, so from now on there will always be a challenge mode in every new event. Okay, I take that. Like, besides the fact, like, let's ignore the fact that it's freaking Gravedigger, right? Like, that's kind of nice, actually. This music is such a vibe, though. How long do we have until server reset again? 22 minutes. So 22 minutes. I guess we can mold a little bit on the main campaign, right? Or at least progress the hard mode of the campaign for a little bit. Can continue progressing main campaign, the hard mode a little bit. Oh my god. Why is my... I swear to god. Sometimes I feel my computer just randomly drops frames for absolutely no reason. Let's use... Yeah, I guess this comp works, right? Yeah, this comp works. But yeah, did you do it as well, Gustav, the challenge mode? Freaking Gravedigger. Oh my god. Fidget spinner. Okay, so using this will deactivate that thing. I'm gonna use this thing to just pop... I'm gonna just pop this thing. Okay, just... Okay, there we go. The fact that one slipped through is a little bit of a shame, but... There we go. Now I can just keep stalling them like this for a while. So I'm gonna do this to kind of just cluster them up again. And just AoE nuke everything again. And then do this thing again to stall them. And then just pull them back again. Look at them, they cannot move. They can't do anything about it. They're annoying to kill for sure, but... I might actually... I need to check the patch notes, because I have a feeling they increased the strength of the aim assist, and I freaking hate how sticky it is. I actually hate how sticky it is. Like, look how the crosshair is sticking to the raptors, right? Like, this is really bad if I want to snap through. So I might actually just try to deactivate it at this point. You did? You don't see yourself getting very far in it, though? Oh, that makes two of us, Gustav. I don't think I'm gonna make it very far in challenge mode Gravedigger. Because I freaking hate the fidget spinner so much. I could try to make a shotgun team and just try to get as far as possible. Actually, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go into the settings and I'm gonna disable for now the aim assist settings. And see if this plays a little bit smoother for me. Because I have a feeling since the new update, they kind of upped again the strength of that, of the stickiness of that aim assist targeting, which is really... It kind of gets on my nerves. Like, there's a reason I set mine to so low in the first place. Oh yeah, this is good. This feels good. It sounds stupid, but to me it feels really good to play like this. There we go. I don't know. For me, it feels really bad when my targeting gets stuck on a raptor for a bit while I'm trying to just move away from stuff, right? But that's just personal preference. I believe most like guides and stuff recommend you to actually use the aim assist and abuse it. Because the aim assist will stick to the core of the raptor as much as possible, which maximizes damage. I personally have a heavy dislike for the aim assist because it sticks to the raptors. So yeah. Yoink. This is gonna be quite interesting though. Challenge mode Gravedigger. Are you guys excited for the Nihilister co-op though? Like some of you have never seen Nihilister outside of videos, right? I knew there was going to be another Elite Raptor, so I just saved the Snow White burst for that. Okay, there we go. Let's AoE stun this. And just wipe everything out. Yeah, you turned it off as well for Snow White. Yeah, like it feels really bad when you're playing Snow White and you have the targeting that is just sticking to a random ass raptor when you're trying to snap to something. You're regretting doing summons you should have saved for Nier? Really? Didn't you get would have had 3 summons from tickets and 3 more from gems. You do have time for Nier, right? Like, I could be wrong, but I think Nier is like still quite far off, so I wouldn't worry too much about having summoned now. And remember, every gold mileage ticket that you get in between, if you get to 200, it means that you can just straight up buy one of the 2 units that will be in the gacha for Nier, right? Because I assume that they're going to put 2B and A2 or 2A. What was the order of the letter again? I forgot. But I believe that those are going to probably be the 2 SSR units. And I don't know what they're going to put for the SR unit that you get for free. But yeah, like, I wouldn't worry too much because it's still like so far off. Like, I know a lot of YouTubers like talking as if Nier is just around the corner, etc. But I believe in the live stream of the half anniversary, kind of hinted for it to be like way, way, way further ahead. I could be wrong, but it's probably like September, maybe even October. Depending on how quickly they schedule it. It could be way sooner as well. I could be completely wrong, right? I would have to rewatch the live stream. But they didn't say that it's going to be anytime like soon at all. They did tease it though during the half anniversary stream. But yeah. Start saving once again. 2 to 3 months for if lucky? Really? That little time, you think? I think it's way longer than that. Because technically the Chainsaw Man was pretty recent as well, so I wouldn't see them do the collab that soon. But yeah, like, you have time to save up, right? If you, for example, I don't know, you rolled for this banner, that's fine. Then you start saving up, because every event comes with 10 pulls that you can farm. Like, every event comes with a free, with a 10 pull that you can farm from the shop. So, at the pace we've been getting events, you probably will be able to save up quite a few pulls if you start saving, like, after this event or during this event. Like, to be honest, I think you're fine. There we go. I wish I didn't have to completely turn off the aim assist though, because sometimes with Dorothy's brand, for example, it's very difficult to figure out where the core of the Rapture is at. But yeah, if the setting that they put for the aim assist persists and is just as sticky as it currently is, even at such low settings, then I'm gonna keep it disabled. Don't get tempted by the next rabbit to get stay strong. Yeah, that's true. I mean, now that you have Blanc, yeah, I mean, just don't get tempted by Noir. Put Noir in your wish list for regular summons, because you won't get to do regular summons anyways for Nier. But you will be accumulating regular summon tickets over time quite easily, right? So, if you really want to save up for Nier... Oh, what the fuck? I dropped the frame and that thing jumped in that gap. Oh, that feels bad, man. I don't know why my computer has been dropping frames a lot lately. Like, you guys probably can see it in the stream as well, like all these frames that are being dropped by my computer randomly. It's quite bad. You caved in for the rupees. Yeah, I mean, bunny girls are the top. Bunny girls are the best for sure. I'm still considering whether or not I wanna get the rupee skin though. I'll be honest with you. I'm still considering it. Why is this shitty ass stream tracker so bad at doing things? Oh my god, what is happening with this freaking computer? Okay, EX stage. Usually these EX stages have bosses in them. That could be actually exciting. This could actually be exciting. Let's see what we get of the EX stage. So, I'd say defend the area stage. Well, let's do it anyways. But yeah. I noticed that there've been a lot of freaking drama online about the rupee skin as well. I don't agree with the way they implemented the rupee skin, but I don't know. It's kind of ironic. Protect the area, protect the area. Oh yeah, okay, I see how it is. The chibi on that skin starts building. Yeah, you showed me earlier in the last stream. It's so funny that they implemented pole dancing onto the chibi as well. And it has like a bunch of new voice lines as well. So many suicides, what the hell? There's so many suicide raptors. Did you see that? They just kept dropping and dropping. There's more and more of them, like what the hell? Oh, what the hell? Okay, let's just... Yo, what up, Kudosachi? How's your day so far? Were you in the stream previously? I think you were in the previous stream as well, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Wow, this stage had so many kamikazes. That's actually insane. You all have to read the file found in. Don't skip the chibi voice lines. Yeah. I mean, imagine that, yeah, they could bring as well the chibi fighting for the next April Fools or something. It could be pretty funny. Enjoying some angry mob on some angry Tencent. Oh, that's funny. Like, there's so many people that are pissed off at Tencent of all things for some reason, but... Like, first they were... Like, I don't know, like at this point I just feel like, yeah. I'm not even gonna comment too much on it, because... Yes, I don't agree with the way they implemented the rupee skin, but at the same time, like... It's not something you need, so... Ooh, we're on a train. Oh, I love these type of scenic fights as well. Like, if you're angry, instead of like shouting insults, or like rather putting a bunch of insults in random forums that the devs will not read much, and then shout censorship when you're insulting them, and you get your post taken down in the subreddit, for example. Maybe just send constructive feedback to the devs, contact certain content creators that have like contacts with the devs as well. I don't know. There's so many smarter ways to go about it. You can say anything about it. Like, I mean, you enjoy the thing and you don't mind putting the money for it. Like, nobody can really criticize you for it. Like, that's the reality of it. Like, like you could do it, you enjoy it, and you're happy that you got it, so... If anyone tries to make fun of you, they're basically just being immature. But yeah, like, I personally don't agree with the way they implemented it, right? Like, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, it's like, whatever. I'm not gonna waste my energy being pissed off and putting a bunch of, like, immature things about Tencent and everything. Like, Tencent is the freaking publisher. They don't get to decide nearly as much as people believe they do. But yeah. Like, if you guys are unhappy with the way it was implemented, you gotta make it known to the devs, but in a constructive, mature way inside of the feedback thing from the surveys that they give in-game. Because they've already proven that they do listen to those things, right? People just want to drama and rant about it. Yeah, that's true. Like, a lot of people either are quite entitled, to be honest. Because I've noticed a lot of takes about many things, not just in Nikke, but in many other gacha games. And some people are just straight up entitled with the way they go about things. It's like... how do I put it? It's like they forget that it's a business at the end of the day, and that they need to rake in profits to continue doing more content in the first place, as they have proven their track. How do I feel about the Dorothy buff nerf? She feels a little bit stronger for sure. Dorothy got buffed. Like, don't mistake it. She completely got buffed. The bug where she applied the damage to stuff outside of parts was not that noticeable, to be honest. At least from my perspective, right? But the fact that you can now apply attack buffs to Dorothy is definitely, to some extent, noticeable. At least to me. Because the brand absorbs like 700k damage more and stuff like that, depending on how much I buff Dorothy. Which is pretty big, depending on the situation. So yeah, I do feel like Dorothy definitely got slightly stronger, for sure. And you can kind of see it in the numbers when the brand gets to explode. Because right now it doesn't show, but I did some fights earlier today and you could definitely tell in the numbers that Dorothy was doing more damage. But yeah, like, some people just want drama, some people are just straight up entitled. Some people have very valid points about the predatory nature of some of it. But a lot of them just go completely the wrong way about giving feedback. Because if you want developers or even a normal human being to listen to you, insulting them and saying that they're shit is not exactly the way to go about it. Just saying, if you ever want to give feedback to anybody, don't start by saying that they're shit and that they're the worst and that they're fucking, you know, all of that stuff. There are ways to go about it. But it's the internet, so I'm kind of used to it by now. I just find it funny at this point. And some people are genuinely just trying to stir up drama. Like, some of them, it just feels like they don't play the game, but they're just trying to shit on Nikke as much as possible as well. Right? Dorothy bug is not effect at all because core don't have HP bar and HP bar. What do you mean, Kudosachi? I don't understand what you're trying to say. Do you mean the parts damage transfer bug thingy? Because yeah, that part that they fixed, which is kind of, in a sense, a nerf, that the bonus damage to parts that was transferring to the rest of the boss raptor or whatever, yeah, that's kind of a nerf, but overall I feel like Dorothy got definitely buffed with these bug fixes. You've bought $100 skins when you used to play Soccer Spirits and you love that game, but on this one you got a bunch of stuff with the skin, so you're like, yeah, that's fair enough. Like, this is what I was saying earlier today, is that you don't... The best way to look at this whole thing is, worst case scenario, you bought a pack that has a skin and other stuff in it, right? Like, the way to look at it is like that. It's like, worst case scenario, you essentially bought a pack that has a bunch of other stuff in it along with the skin. Best case scenario, you just did like 5 pulls and you got a skin, right? And you got like 5 other stuff with it. So it's kind of like a variable price pack in a sense. I don't know. Then again, I don't really have a gambler's mindset, so... Nor do I believe that things are entitled to me as a free-to-play. I'm not a free-to-play, right? But I've been free-to-play in many games and I've never really thought that I was entitled to stuff. So, just different mindsets, right? Because sure, free-to-plays are important for the ecosystem of a game. Like, I'm not gonna deny that. Because they buff up the numbers and they make people want to play because there's more people playing. But at the end of the day, the ones that truly matter for the longevity of a game is the people that actually put the money into the game. As much as you want to, you know, value free-to-plays, and they do have their value, at the end of the day, the ones that truly matter are the ones that put the money in. 100% gambler over here. Don't gamble too much, though. Like I said, always be reasonable with your expenses, because at the end of the day, it's a game. Like, I know a lot of people hate it when people say that. That angry mob will swarm the Reddit for 1 week ahead. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna avoid Reddit for now, because I know that there will be, like, the drama. Just like the Makima code drama. Like, sure, they got their way, but it's kind of like... I just found the whole drama a little bit silly. Like, it's nice that we got Makima without a code, right? So I'm not gonna spit on it. But at the end of the day, I just found the whole concept of that drama over a code to be quite silly. The silliest one that definitely was completely lost on me is the whole Winter Rupee drama, where I'm like, yeah, that's not censorship. That's just them adding more stuff into the... Oh, God damn it. Did you see that Raptor just MLG dodge the freaking shot? Oh my god. That was impressive. So Snow White damage is gonna be non-existent here. Let's just kill the sniper raptors in the back though, because I don't want to get randomly sniped. And just kill this. What do you think about the new Rupee play skin? You've seen a lot of free-to-play complain about it. I just talked about it actually, Long Tren. Nice seeing you in the chat, by the way. To me it's like, yeah, I don't agree with the way they implemented it. I don't agree with the prices all that much either, but... At the end of the day, it's not a necessity, and worst case scenario, you can kind of view it like you bought a pack that gives you a 10 roll, a skin, and a bunch of other stuff for like $60-ish. I think Josos, you told me that it was like $60-ish roughly if you got completely thingy. So at the end of the day, like, if you don't agree with it, give the feedback to the devs in a polite way inside of the survey. But otherwise, like, how do I put it? Like, there's one thing that free-to-plays need to kind of understand, is that they're not exactly entitled to anything. As as ruthless as it sounds, like I know that they're super important for the health of the game, and I agree that they're important for the health of the game because they buff up the numbers of players, etc. But they're not entitled to everything inside of the game because they're free to play. They're not funding the game at the end of the day, right? Like, as bad as it sounds, I understand that from a business point of view decision, it's like from a business point decision, I understand that they also need like to get the cash in, right? Like, it's no secret my major and the field that I've worked in the past is finance, so I kind of understand some of the decisions they do. As bad as it is, right? As bad as it sounds. So, reset already happened, you said? $60 if you got bad luck in the US. Yeah, so at the end of the day, is what I'm saying is just try not to see it as I'm rolling for rupee. Say, think of it this way. Oh, whoops, I forgot to pick. I'll pick that up in a bit. Think of it this way, right? This thing is, you have to kind of to change your mindset and think of it like, okay, worst case scenario, this is a $60 pack for a skin, a 10-roll ticket, manufacturer arms, which is a random, what's it called? A random manufacturer gear, 2 overload crystals, 90 skill manual ones, 5 tickets, 14 crates of stuff, 22 burst manual ones, 4 of these crates, and 20 of these things. Like, worst case scenario, you basically bought a pack that has all of this included in it, if you view it that way, right? Yeah, free-to-plays do bring a lot to games, like I'm not saying the opposite, but at the end of the day, I do understand that they, as a business, they have to focus on the people that pay to some extent as well, right? And it might hurt the free-to-plays, but they're not funding the game, right? As harsh as it sounds, but yeah. You needed more modules, so you were happy? Yeah, that's pretty good. But yeah, like... I understand the frustration, though, like, don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a good way to implement this thing. I personally don't think it's a good way to implement this thing at all. I think it's a mistake, because it generates a lot of frustration in a lot of players. But also keep in mind that there's a lot of people that also just want to create drama for the sake of creating drama. Like, there's also that type of people. I was mentioning the Winter Rupee drama from a while back, and it's just like, yeah. It's a good example of within the people that are maybe not even part of the Nikke community, that just surround it in general, there is a few people that don't always act in good faith, right? Let's get some of these as well. These, I'm hoarding some of these. I'm gonna buy these though. Mileage tickets, I don't have anything to use here. And this shop hasn't refreshed yet. Yeah, I do hope that they learned from it, right? Because if there's one thing that the devs have proven track record of, is that they do listen to feedback. Like, they have been listening to feedback. Some people wanted challenge, right? Some people wanted this challenge thing. They tried to implement it in a way that they thought would be interesting. We've gotten less and less characters that have like their back hidden, right? Like the whole code drama thing. Like, they've been listening to a bunch of stuff. If you really take a step back, cool down your jets, and look at all of the stuff that they have been doing over time for the game, they've been basically listening. And they've been throwing so much content at us, like constantly. I'm actually not gonna get the roll tickets for now, believe it or not. I'm actually gonna get some of these. So yeah, like, just give the feedback, take it calm, don't go full 14-year-old drama mob thing. Like, it's a game. Give the feedback. If they don't listen, it's whatever. You're not forced to buy it anyways, so there's no point in ruining your own day and your own mental state over the decisions of a game company, right? Like, that's, at the end of the day, that's basically it. Like, that's my That's my advice on this whole thing and my whole take on it. I understand both sides and just whatever. If you want to take pitchforks and still go to Reddit and put some drama, like whatever. I'll just grab some popcorn and watch you. Gacha devs don't listen to free-to-plays, they listen to whales. No, they do listen to free-to-plays to some extent, because the good ones, right? The good ones do understand to some extent that free-to-plays do also bring some value to the game. But let's not overstate the value of free-to-plays to a game ecosystem too much either, right? Because the reality is, free-to-plays don't bring in money. They bring it very indirectly, and the value is kind of hard to gauge, but that's kind of it. Yeah, I mean, I do think that it's a very bad way to implement it, though. Like, they could have done it a little bit better. They could have put a little bit more valuable stuff in the random stuff that you can get as well. Locking it behind 5 rolls might be a little bit excessive. But that's feedback that I will give in the feedback thing, right? Because they will give a survey at the end of the event, like they always do. We got the survey, the end of event survey recently for Overzone, and we'll probably get one after this event or the next one. And if there is no survey at the end of this event, you can always put in the official Discord and through other sources feedback, and they do check it out to some extent, right? If that thing won't sell, they'll adjust it, yeah, as well. Like, if people don't buy it, and they see that it didn't match what their predictions, they're gonna probably try to adjust it. Also, we don't know how much it cost. Oh, I actually lost. Yikes. We also don't know, like, how much it cost them to make the freaking skin, right? Okay, so I'm gonna need to beat Days. Unfortunate. Look at how many horrible skins the new Call of Duty is selling. Yeah, that is true. Like, Jesus Christ. But they sell well. Yeah, that's true. I mean... At the end of the day, if you have a continuous service, one way or another, rarity... I've seen that argument about the rarity argument and about how it's kind of like a luxury item that is rare, kind of like a brand name bag. I don't think that argument really sticks when it comes to the rupee skin, because there is no limit to the supply. There's only a limit to the amount of buyers that are willing to buy it because of demand. Supply is unlimited for that skin. You can buy as many as you want. You could create 10 billion accounts and you could buy it 10 billion times. There's absolutely no limit in the supply. The real limiting factor, quote unquote, on the rarity of the skin is just the demand. And you're not really gonna call something scarce or rare or luxury, etc. just because there is a limited demand, so not a lot of people are gonna get it. I mean, like, they probably made a lot of calculations about it, because these prices are not set at random. Am I gonna lose again? Oh no, I actually won. Okay. This skin is gonna sell. Yeah, I think the skin is gonna sell quite a bit, because... Okay, I'll give you a very funny little piece of information. I don't know if you're still here, Longtren, but I'll give you a very funny fact about a lot of this stuff, right? We're seeing a lot of riots and pitchforks and drama on Reddit, right? We see a lot of that, like, even on the official Discord, like, people are memeing the thing to death, like, they're pulling the pitchforks. There's a lot of people complaining as well in some YouTube's comment sections, etc. I'll tell you the reality of it. All of those people, especially the ones from Reddit that are rioting and shitting on it, they're a near non-existent fraction of the player base. Like, they're such a non-existent fraction that we're just seeing a very loud community. Because the reality is, the people on the subreddits are just a very small minority of the player base. There is this concept about the silent majority. and there is a decent chance that a lot of people are actually just buying the skin. They may not agree fully with the way it's implemented, but they're still gonna buy it because they want the skin, and they don't mind because they have either the disposable income or they don't mind forking that price, right? So, because for example, there was a lot of drama a while back in Nikke as well, but it was contained to the subreddits and to some of the vocal people online of the global community. But then you looked at what's happening inside of the JP community. That was about Nihilister. I remember now. It was about Nihilister. And then you look at what was happening, for example, in the JP community, and they were mostly pretty happy to get a free SSR Pilgrim. And the JP community is massive. And the comments that I was reading on Twitter on the JP side of things, a lot of them were just happy that they were getting a free Pilgrim. Whether it was strong or not, whether it was hard to get or not, they were just happy that they could grind and get a free Pilgrim. And they were like, yeah, okay. Maybe I would have rolled for it. I have lots of rolls saved. They were like, yeah, okay, I have a lot of rolls saved. I'll use it on the next banner. Like, fuck it. Like, they didn't kick a fuss and start throwing tantrums online. Like, a lot of them were just kind of fine with it when I was reading throughout the Twitter announcement of it and in following things. I'm not talking about the leak, I'm talking about the announcement, because I think the JP community does follow a little bit leaks, but yeah, it kind of was linked to the leak and to the actual official announcement. People complain about the stats and everything, yeah. But overall, what I've been reading, because I read the Twitter side of the Japanese community, I didn't see that many complaints, personally. Maybe I missed them, but I didn't see that many. So, Entertainment Cup. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. You just gotta remember that we are always part of small bubbles, and that we do not represent the community at large. Sometimes we may, by sheer coincidence, represent what the majority of the people think. Sometimes, and very frequently, we will not. I used to play a lot this game called World of Warcraft, and it's a concept that I kind of learned very quickly. The concept of the silent majority. Because there's a lot of people that just go their merry way and don't give a shit about a lot of the things that are happening in World of Warcraft. Wow, Dad. Yeah, I guess so. Haven't reached chapter 20, but I was surprised that Nihilister was a sniper. Yeah, I was very surprised that they decided to make Nihilister a sniper. That I agree. It was a very surprising decision, but... heck yeah, I mean... kids are kids, right? And I was talking as well about, for example, the leaks for the rupee, for the winter rupee, and I just found those the backlash absolutely fucking ridiculous. Because I'm sorry if this will sound like a hot take, but anyone with at least a functioning brain cell would know that the initial thing that was leaked was just a prototype that was not finished. And what they did was add a skirt, frills, and other stuff to add more detail to the skin. And all of a sudden, people were crying censorship. So it was... Nihilister should have been a Noah 2.0. How did it die? No. World of Warcraft is not dead. It's a very common meme in the World of Warcraft community to say that WoW is dead, or that there's a new WoW killer, or that it got killed by something. World of Warcraft is still thriving. Like, it's still one of the top MMOs, if not the top MMO. Right? It's still going on strong. It's still going strong. Like, don't get the memes wrong, right? WoW is old, yeah. I played World of Warcraft for nearly 15 years. So yeah, World of Warcraft is old indeed. Like, played World of Warcraft for like, yeah, roughly 15 years, maybe even more. I've played World of Warcraft since vanilla. The real dead game is 2042. You know what game is dead if I actually don't even remember what the freaking game was even. Oh, Battlefield 2042. Yeah, that game is dead and buried. It was almost dead on arrival, wasn't it? But yeah, like, to just finish a little bit on that tangent about the whole thing is just try to always be level-headed about this type of stuff, right? At the end of the day, it's a game. It's not you're not playing your life. Almost as dead as Arknights. Arknights is another can of worms that you really don't want to open. Oh boy. You were really hyped for Battlefield 2042? I mean, a lot of people were. Never been a huge Battlefield player, but I kind of get why people were annoyed. Oh, you have the mock battle function now. Oh, interesting. Even if I don't fully clear today, I will just settle with whatever I get, as long as it's like 7 or 8. If I full clear, good, great. If I don't, I'm not gonna mold, I think. I'm a little bit tired from streaming 7 hours earlier today. Yeah, AAA industry, like, a lot of people were complaining, saying like, yeah, why am I gonna play AAA prices for a skin, right? I'm saying, are AAA games even that good anymore? Like, I don't know, man. A lot of them are not even that great anymore. Oh my god, Guilty's stunned. Ah, Guilty got stunned multiple times in a row. That's really bad. Oh, that's really bad. Guilty got stunned multiple times in a row by those fucking drills. Fuck off drills. Okay, good. Oh my god, I hate this fidget spinner so much! Did I get tier 8? Yeah, I got tier 8. Fair enough. Good enough. I got bad RNG with the drills, but I'm not gonna fight over it. You tried to get into World of Warcraft, but you couldn't do it back in the day. I mean, yeah. World of Warcraft is kind of difficult to get into these days because of the amount of elitism and toxicity that there is in the game. So I can understand why people find it hard to get into the game. I tried to get some friends into the game and they got freaking... they got hit by so much toxicity while leveling that it was really bad. You played for 10 minutes Battlefield, uninstalled and refunded. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Like, it wasn't great. Yeah, last phase will absolutely decimate your ass. Like, absolutely destroy you. How much material do I need? I need roughly 1.2k. So this will not give me enough. Unfortunate. That is rather unfortunate. Wait, no, did I not get boxes? No, I did not get boxes. Oh, that's rather unfortunate, yeah. Let's wipe as well. Recruit. Let's do a couple of these as well. Nuke at the last gauze. Yeah, like... I got a little bit of Bar RNG there, but I'm so tired that I don't feel like fighting for a full clear. It's not even full burst weekend either. So I'm not too fussed about not getting a full clear on Gravedigger today. But yeah, if you fail the in the last phase of Fidget Spinner, you're gonna get nuked very, very hard. It's really bad. Like, the Fidget Spinner and the train need to be toned down a little bit, in my opinion. I hope the devs actually change it a little bit. Let's see, what am I missing? Tribe Tower, I'm not gonna do that because I'm a little bit stuck. Upgrade a Nikke, enhance equipment, dispatch, and advice. Okay. You're really into survival games now? Ark had you entertained for... Oh, I have a friend that played Ark like a lot. I had a friend that used to play Ark so much. Like so much. They had this stupid strategy, by the way, in the thing. Because I believe Ark is the one where you can play online with other people as well, right? They had... if I'm not mistaken, the game was Ark, and they had this silly strategy where they would have like these flying platypuses where they would strap TNT to them and just kamikaze them into the enemy base. I believe the game was Ark. I could be wrong, but I believe the game was Ark. How was Blanc? Has a lot of potential. Has quite a bit of potential, actually, Blanc. Because the reason why I say she has a lot of potential is her damage amplification is quite big. For PvP, she can be quite good on her own. With Noir, she has the potential of being a alternative for a Snow White composition, right? Like, I could probably use her on Gravedigger with my Snow White composition and on other places as well. Places where I can also use a shotgun somewhat effectively, right? Well, even if it's not fully effective. That huge damage amplification that she gives. I did some testing earlier today, and the damage came out higher than Poly. The damage came out higher than Admi. So it has potential. The main thing that can be a concern is the fact that you would need Noir to make her, you know, work well as a B2 enhancer for Snow White. Generally speaking, there is potential as well for general content because she gives invulnerability, she gives shield, she gives healing. And she's a 20-second burst too, assuming that you have Noir. So all of the it's good for PvE assumes that it's a good idea to bring her with Noir and that you're using a slot for Noir as well. A lot of it hinges on that. Otherwise, if you don't bring Noir, you will have to bring a second burst 2 unit, preferably and very recommendedly a 20-second burst 2 unit along with her. So if you don't mind bringing a second burst 2 unit, she also works, right? Let's advise Dorothy. I heard you spend a fair amount of time on the surface. Have you ever tried your hand at skinning a deer? No, but I have an idea of how it's done. If you ever get the chance to try it, you'll be surprised at how easy it is. She's remembering Pin in this one. A deer has a lot of meat, which is great for sharing. You can share it with your comrades. She cares a little bit about us, doesn't she? Yo, what up, Eric? Welcome back again to the stream. We're on the second session today. I kind of want to give her gifts, but I do want to get Blanc to at least Bond 10, so... where is Blanc, actually? There's Viper. Oh, there's Blanc, okay. Gift. I love these voice lines. You got a bail? You guys are playing ball? Yeah, go for it, Namida. Thanks a lot for dropping by. I appreciate the support. Your team is too broken to do anything. Bias. You say bias. I say correct choice, Zephyr. Pit boss. A or B? Oh god, it's another one of these. A? Good choice. And she gives us a kiss. Just the same as Viper. Lucky kiss for you. Something wonderful will happen to you today. Okay, like there is a there is a genuine hint that she actually does bring luck to people. I have a video that I have already put into the upcoming videos for tomorrow. I queued it for it to pop up tomorrow. where you can kind of see that there is some reality to the idea that that she gives luck to people and that she's extremely lucky. So yeah, look forward to tomorrow's video. It's another random encounter. I can't wait for her sister either. Like, it's gonna be so much fun. Let's see. Who am I gonna advise next? Who am I gonna advise next? Haran for sure, because I wanna get her to 140. Wife swap. You didn't get any of that part? She might actually be like genuinely bring luck to people, like for real. Like some of the stuff that happens with her, you genuinely question whether or not she can actually bring luck to people. This is a new perfume I concocted. Oh yeah, this one. What do you think? Am I more captivating now? I really love the... Okay. That's a strange concept. Is it any weirder than most of the powers that Nikkes have? I'll be honest with you. But, like, I wouldn't say that it's confirmed. It's just that when you see some of the interactions with Blanc, it really makes you question whether or not she actually has the capacity of bringing luck to people. I'm not saying that she does. I'm just saying that the interactions with her really make you question whether actually it's real or not. Because there is, in the casino in the Ark, there's kind of a myth that if you see both of the sisters at once, you will have a really good luck that day, essentially. Just look at the reaction that she's gonna have. I fucking love it. Oh no, Haran trusts us quite a bit. Like, Haran is quite taken with us. I'm actually gonna record a video and publish it probably either tomorrow or the day after tomorrow of Haran making us drink a love potion. That random encounter is also very, very funny. And now she composed herself back up. But you saw the honest reaction there. She tries to act all composed when you actually value her. She, throughout the advice sessions, she actually loses her composure pretty frequently. It's very funny. Not for long though, but she kind of loses her composure a little bit. Who are we advising next? Can I even advise Rippy? No, she has no limit breaks. By the way, your Wish event actually had a casino blackjack minigame. But then again, you cheat. I mean, card counting for blackjack and evaluating probabilities is not cheating if that's what you're doing. In short, you slept at 12? Come on, man. Like, you should have gone to sleep after I ended the stream. Or even while I was still streaming, you should have gone to bed. Like I told you, you should have gone to bed during my stream. Nothing in the world can beat missiles technology, wouldn't you say? I admire your confidence. It sounds sarcastic, to be honest, when you say I admire your confidence. Eric in there, Gremlin kept him up. The same Gremlin that lost him his ball pens? It's okay, he's awake now. I mean, is it though? I really don't like it when people kind of ruin their sleep schedule to watch my streams, right? Like, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think my streams are worth it. You're biased towards Absolute. I mean, they do have their cute moments. I'm gonna give some bond advice as well to Adme. Have you tried any food up on the surface? I tried grapes for the first time a few days ago. I've never tasted anything so sweet. I'm stumped. I always go into this blind, right? Because I don't like watching or reading guides for this type of stuff. I find it more enjoyable to just discover it along the way. What should I... I've barely tried anything. No kidding. I told you I have tried a lot of stuff. If I come across any more, I'll make sure to invite you. Oh, so it was the other option. RIP. Let's see. Who shall we advise next? Let's advise Private a little bit. Adopt and pass. Vesti or Admi? Adopt Admi. Vesti is a ticking time bomb. I'll say that much. Sakura? Oh, I should advise Sakura as well, yeah. Commander, is there anything you covet? Anything that you would kill to have right now? Maybe new clothes or a pair of shoes. So there is something you would like to have. Why don't you come with me once we're done here? By that I mean you can tag along and we can go shopping. She's basically trying to find an excuse to get you on a date. Gotta love Privacy and her roundabout ways of doing things. Okay, let's do Sakura. It's always fun to do advice for Sakura. Who would win Matisse versus Absolute versus Triangle? That's a tough one. I don't think Triangle would go very far. But between Matisse and Absolute, it's actually difficult to tell who is actually stronger. I would go with Absolute because they tend to say that they're the strongest. Like, not just them themselves, but rather people around them. But it's still very hard to tell because Matisse is actually very strong in lore as well, as far as the arc is concerned. They would get absolutely wiped by the Pilgrims with one hand behind their backs, but when it comes to within the arc, those two groups are amongst the strongest, for sure. Unless you count Rappy in freaking Red Hood mode, then Rappy in Red Hood mode would probably solo the entire arc. I meant between Matisse and Absolute though, but yeah. When I was out in the shopping mall, I stopped to see a fortune teller. When she read my fortune, she mentioned your name. What do you think that means? That certainly sounds positive to me. I'll have to stop and see her again sometime. Yes, the wife. Should I gift her? No, I cannot gift her anything. I'll give something again too. I could gift her some of the abnormal tickets as well, fuck it. We're still far off until we get the next abnormal, so... And I don't really use the other abnormals because I don't care to use them that much. Rappy got cheats. Yeah, I mean, like, if Rappy goes Red Hood mode, she can probably solo any team that comes from the arc. But... she wouldn't last very long either, right? Like, she would have to finish them off very, very quickly. Let's do Dola as well. The end justifies the means. What do you think of this saying? I agree. This is very Dola's mindset. In real life, in real practice, it's a little bit more complicated than that, for sure, but... I don't really agree with that thing. JP and Ian. Both VAs are very cute. I've never really listened to Sakura's Ian voice acting. I should probably do it at some point. Just to see what you mean. Because some of the voice acting that is done in English in Nikke is actually quite decent. Let's see. Who else shall we do today? Because I still have 2 advice sessions left over. I could do a Ludmilla advice session, actually. She does need the stats. You can make a vid? I mean, go for it. Every time you come here, you appear to be on the verge of becoming a popsicle. Is there anything I could do to make you more comfortable? I know that she doesn't like flirty answers, but I'm gonna go with the hug just for shits and giggles. It's probably the good answer as well. This is cute too. Sakura VA in all language is very cute. Okay. There's probably a video out there that has like all the language versions of Sakura. I'll definitely check it out like after the stream or tomorrow. How long have I been playing Nikke? Almost since release. Like, I started roughly at release, didn't play very seriously. Played a lot during No Color ID onwards. And then really started playing way more seriously Nikke like way further down the line. But yeah, I played almost basically on release. Or very close to release. Korea too, because she gently and very deadly at the same time. Some Korean voice acting is actually really good. I've had that because I play Counterside, right, on the side occasionally. And I've been kind of forced into listening to some Korean voice acting because sometimes they haven't gotten the other voice actresses right. So I've heard some Korean voice acting because of that, and some of it is really good. Like really good. Viper or Sugar? Probably Sugar. You wish you started playing Nikke when you got your new phone? I mean, you know, the freaking saying that they even implemented into one of the voice lines of World of Warcraft. The best time to plant a tree was 40 years ago. The second best time is today, right now. I mean, close to day one, right? Like, I'm pretty early player. So I've seen how not so great it started off and how progressively, very quickly, they improved the game over time. That's why, to some extent, I kind of just always wait and see to see what the devs do before having a reaction. You just do you. I'll heal you whenever you need it. Wait, what was the question? Once in a while I go overboard and get caught in the field of the battle. One day I might get myself into trouble. Cut loose if you want, just be sure to trust me and your other teammates. I'll go with this. That was a bad answer. Rip. Called beta players long. I didn't play the beta of Nikke. I applied to the beta of that third-person shooter. I forgot the name. I don't think I've heard back from them just yet. Maybe I should have included that I'm a content creator, but I don't think it would have tipped the scales all that much since my channel is tiny. Yeah, I haven't heard back from them. Unfortunate. Oh well. As stupid as it may sound, sometimes mentioning that you're a content creator can open some doors, even if you're not a big one. But yeah, like early Nikke had its fair share of issues, but it was not as bad as some other gacha games that I played near day one that had some very glaring issues that took a long time to even be solved. Carry out Eden's mission refreshes at 23. So I don't think we're gonna get today another Nihilister thing, which is unfortunate because Nihilister always drops some really cool lore nukes every time you talk with her. Do you hear Snow White voice from your brother's table? Ooh. Oh, that would be a kick in the balls, wouldn't it, if he got Snow White before you did? You might just be hearing a cinematic and he's going through the story, Eric, so calm down. Let's collect these. Is there anyone that's been inactive in my friends list? Not really, that's good. What am I forgetting? Oh yeah, gearing up units. You got an R from Tower Mole today? That's really sad. You suggest Nikke to some new player that what game he considered to play because of the story, and he straight up said the game is for pervert. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of a strength and weakness for Nikke to have, you know, this type of designs and to have this type of stuff being shown as the gameplay, right? Like, it's both a strength and a weakness. It attracts a lot of people, but it also makes some people straight up refuse to try it because some people, I don't know, they feel embarrassed about it. I'm way past that point though, personally. Like, who cares what other people think if I enjoy the game or not? What's really important is whether or not I'm enjoying the game. Whether it has a lot of fan service or not is kind of a bonus at best. But yeah, I could see why he's saying that. I've seen that a lot. Some people that also wanna play it as if they're Puritans. Like, never understood those people. Like, just try things out. If you don't like it in the end, that's whatever, right? And if you really don't like fan service, I mean, that's fine as well, right? I respect that. You'll have to go soon. I mean, that's fine. Like I said, I really appreciate the support. Just do your daily life like normal. Don't worry too much about it. Can I increase some of this overload gear? Probably Guilty's overload gear a little bit. Nope, I'm not gonna... yeah, I'm not gonna be able to enhance this. Let's do the challenge mode. You need a fat man in game. We already have Birmingham. Yep, see ya, Eric. Thanks a lot for dropping by. I appreciate you dropping by the stream so frequently. But yeah, like... okay, I'm gonna do something incredibly stupid. Don't try this at home. I repeat, do not try this at home. I'm just gonna do a Snow White one-shot thing and see if it works on Gravedigger Challenge Mode Level 2. Do not try this at home, kids. So for those who are curious about Blanc, you're gonna have a kind of a little glimpse at it. I'm gonna intentionally just keep it to the burst of Snow White. And boom! Proceeds to take notes. Yeah, don't. And boom! That was a Snow White one-shot. I mean, at this level, it's not that difficult to pull off. It only has like 7 million HP. And with Blanc, we already tested that we can go upwards of 20 million plus damage in a single shot. That doesn't hit multiple parts and it doesn't hit the boss multiple times. The damage is 20 million in a singular hit, no double clipping, no Snow White pure shenanigans. So, yeah. Thanks, Blanc. Pretty cool, right? I mean, it's easy to pull off at the moment because this thing barely has any HP anyways. Once we're gonna get into deeper things, I'm not gonna be able to get away with the Snow White one-shot, for sure. Because my Snow White is not strong enough for that. What are the rewards from the challenge mode, actually, now that I think about it? Just a bunch of credits and things. I would have preferred Core Dust like they did last time. That's kind of a shame. Noir is going to make... Yeah. I mentioned this in the previous stream. Noir has a very good kit to deal with Gravedigger, right? Because let's go to the Wikipedia. So for those who are curious, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Noir. Like, on paper, Noir is amazing against Gravedigger. On paper, Noir is really, really good against the Gravedigger because she increases HP as long as you're above 70%. She increases the attack. And in Gravedigger, you're either topped off or you're almost dead. So here, you can consider that it's always going to be active. Unless some random drill manages to fuck up your day. When you enter full burst, you gain 5 rounds of ammo capacity and reloads 39% of magazines. So this is really good for shotguns, and it kind of works as well for Modernia, right? Because reloading 39%, like almost 40% of the magazine, for Modernia it means that you're just going to be able to shoot even more. And then the finale is deal some damage, kind of but whatever. But it buffs all allies with shotgun hit rate by 14%, damage to interruption parts by 23% for 10 seconds both. And if Blanc is on the... if anyone from the same squad, it's not just Blanc, that means that if they add Rouge later on and she's from the same squad, they will also benefit. Hit rate by an additional 11%, so if you have both at the same time, it would be 25% roughly hit rate. And a damage to interruption parts of 42%. So it means that if you pair Noir with Blanc and then you put a shotgun team for the rest, you're gonna assassinate Gravedigger. Like, that thing is not gonna get to do much. Girls, what? Wait, did I mention that I do have female viewers or something? I'm confused as to what you guys are memeing about, because I was in the middle of explaining the whole thing. But yeah. Like, that's kind of like the idea. So for example, for squads, with that thing, right? Let's imagine this is the squad, right? So for Gravedigger, you could go something like, well, Dorothy for parts damage, pierce damage, and her damage in general. And then you would go something like Burst to Blanc for the damage amplification and bonus with Noir. And then you would put something like either Isabel or Sugar and Drake. And in the last slot, you would put, let's imagine that Haran is Noir, right? So you would put something like this into your squad, and Gravedigger would just cry. Or you could even go something more memeable, right? Like, yeah. Like, you could go Isabel and Sugar and then Noir, right? Or you could even go something like this. You could go Sugar, Noir, and you could put Helm. And that way you can burst occasionally to get some healing, and you get even additional circle damage. Oh, there is a female commander, yeah. There is one. But yeah, like, imagine Haran is Noir, right? Like, there are a lot of options that you could go for a shotgun team for Gravedigger thanks to that. Like, something like this also works, right? And for me, for the Snow White comp, it could also work as well, because the damage amplification is actually quite big. Like, I can showcase you a little bit what I mean by the damage amplification. So here is like a typical Snow White team. I'm just gonna remove this, and I'm gonna put Blanc, and I'm gonna remove Privity, because I'm gonna put something with a little bit more of an equivalent to the buff that Noir provides. So the attack buff of Helm is actually weaker than the attack buff that is given by Noir. But I'm gonna put Helm because it's kind of like the closest I could think of. And we're gonna replace this with Miranda because we're looking for a Snow White comp, right? So we're looking at 10 seconds. This should be it. How many percent? What do you mean? Next raid is Blacksmith? Really? How many percent for... how much percent you mean that Noir gives Long Tren? Okay, so Blanc's damage amplification, if the skill is maxed, is 40% damage amplification. So it's massive. And Noir at max skill level gives like... gives something like freaking... What's it called? Yeah, there we go. This was 13 million though. I think it didn't crit. Yeah, it didn't crit. But you can go into the VOD from earlier today as well, and you can go back to the place where we were thingy. But yeah, Noir gives like 14% at max rank. I don't know how the ranking scales though. But assuming you get a similar level to Helm, like, you can expect this type of damage, right? I think it was because I went a full funnel team that it did 20 million. I don't remember exactly. But you gotta remember that this is from a single hit, right? Did that crit? No, I don't think that crit either. Yeah, I mean 13 million from a single hit, from a non-crit hit is fine. Like, it does more damage, it dealt more damage than Admi, and it dealt comparable damage to Poli. When I did the testing earlier. Blanc is a killer rabbit, but she's not the only one killing. I guess so. Like, I think it was because I went full funnel, didn't I? That it hit for 20 million. I think it's because I went full funnel. Like, instead of Helm, I put something like a Private. Like, see? This one crit, right? This one crit and was not fully charged. You can slow down, you will notice that I did not fully charge it completely. I was missing a few percentage, which is a little bit big on... which is kind of big. So, there you go. 18.8 million, not a fully charged shot, from a crit from Snow White. And that is a single hit. That did not hit multiple Raptures, that only hit a single Rapture and it crit. So yeah, there it is. Nearly 20 million. It would have been around 20 million if I had fully charged it though, but I kinda released it a little bit early. Because I saw that the Rapture was moving, so I would rather release it a tiny bit earlier, even if it misses a few percentage, just to guarantee the hit on the core. It's just out of habit that I do that. But yeah, I don't know if you're still here, Long Trend, but there it is. 18.8 million. One shot. And possibly one kill. if it's certain bosses with multiple parts, like for example, what's his name? Frickin' Nihilister, frickin' what's it called? Chatterbox, and so on, where you can clip him multiple times. It will hit multiple times and it will do obscene amounts of damage. Because that's the whole point about Snow White, right? If you looked at my Nihilister kill, you will see that I was talking a lot about double clipping. That's kind of the point. It's just hitting multiple times the boss through a Pierce attack. Blanc is an all-rounder. She's a mix of Senti, a healer, and Novel, but Novel's damage taken is way more maxed and Senti builds burst way faster. Yeah, kind of true. She's kind of more of an all-rounder, but she's still quite good. Like, I think Novel's damage amp is higher, isn't it? Let me check. But what I really like about Blanc is that she also provides utility in the form of shields, etc. Maybe I should go to the Wikipedia instead. To see the... Maybe I should go to the Wikipedia instead to check on this one. Because yeah, I do know that this is pretty cracked. Yeah, but it is 5 seconds, so it doesn't... this is the problem, right? If you're going with this, she will stack a lot of defense down, right? 3 enemy units with the highest defense, so 7%, and then an additional 67% when fully stacked, but it's 5 seconds. So you'll kind of be forced to release your shot early with Snow White, because it's 5 seconds. Blanc is lower, that is true. Like, Blanc's is lower, but it lasts 10 seconds. And 10 seconds is kind of like the golden number to get a fully charged burst from Snow White. Novel stacks take a while to stack, but you can kind of expect it in your second burst rotation, like second burst to third burst roughly, so it's not that bad. Like, it's still playable. There's a reason people use Novel a lot for Nihilister, for example. But yeah, like, in the case of Blanc, it's like 40-ish%, but 10 seconds. So that means that instead of releasing the Snow White burst at 700, 750-ish, right? Let's say 750 to 800, assuming you have all of the charge speed and all of the nonsense that Nikke, GG, and Priden really want you to equip. you're still not getting the full value of the multiplier, right? So I would have to do math to compare both, but it feels really bad to release it early, and it's a lot of timing as well if you really want to maximize the damage. It's way easier to deal with the 10-second timer than a 5-second timer. Because I used to play a lot with Leader, right? I still use her, but her buff is 5 seconds, so it was way more annoying to deal with. But yeah, Blanc has a lot of potential in that regard, for sure. And you just saw, like, I hit for 18.8 without fully charged, 18.8 million, with a helm as the tertiary buffer, right? Which kind of simulates what would happen if you had Noir in the team, right? In terms of the additional damage. So I have high hopes for it. If it doesn't work out, well, whatever, it just gives me more options of team building for whenever I want to use Snow White, but like that's kind of the concept. Let's see, do I have anything left to do? Why is this pinging me? Oh, the daily login. I accidentally skipped the daily. Oh, this is good. This means that I might actually get to level up my Nikkes this time around. Novel is mostly used for boss fights and Union Raid because she's a boss killer. Yeah, exactly. Like you're not gonna use Novel for general use most of the time. Like her defense down, etc. is not. Okay, let's hope I did the math correctly inside of my head. Yeah, okay. I did do the math correctly. Okay, good. So now we're gonna level up. Yeah, Novel. She's called Novel, right? Unless you want to call her Noble, but that's a YouTuber that I used to watch a very long time ago. Which would be very weird. And level up to 220. Nice. We got the level up today. That's pretty nice. Actually pretty happy about that. A tiny step closer to having less trouble in the main story, especially against Mother Whale. This also means that I get to increase this thing. Like, I swear to God, like, sometimes it just feels like a waste to buy these things from the event shops. Because, sure, now you see me level up and consume a lot of these, but now I'm not gonna be able to do it again until I hit, what's the next thing? Synchro level 240. And I still have like 1.2k left over. That's why I don't prioritize them as much anymore in events. And it's mostly HP that this gives, right? So. But she's called Novel, right? Or is it just my pronunciation that is being shit again? Blanc plus Noir is core unit for Gravedigger on Union Raid? Yeah, probably. I mean, I've mentioned this before. You can quote-unquote pull just about anything you like as long as it's somewhat adapted to the fight. But some units will give you an easier time than others. There's still that video that I shared in my community post from a pal of mine that plays Nikke that cleared Nihilister with a pretty unconventional team, right? It took him way more patience and way more tries and a little bit more combat power, but he got it done. Like, this is quite literally, except for this noise, most, like, these three were part of that team. Like, he changed again his thing. But yeah. I gotta know, I'm pretty hyped about the thing. Let's go back to do a little bit of hard campaign. Wait, why do I have... Oh yeah, because... Okay. What's the battle info here? I probably want... Yeah, Rapunzel, good. No abnormal gear today, thank God, yeah. I don't think I got manufacturer gear again today. I'll have to go back in my VOD, but I'm pretty sure I did not get manufacturer gear yet again. Which is kind of weird. Because I did clear stage 8 again. So let's clear these. So many of these freaking raptors though. This is gonna be quite obnoxious. I'm gonna need to get my burst quickly up, because they will probably kill me in time. And all of these kamikazes as well, jeez. Man, this stage doesn't mess around. There we go. Save for 2B. Yeah, kind of. That is true. But it still feels really bad when you get abnormal gear. When you get abnormal gear and you don't really have a use for it, at least short term, right? Right? Like it really feels bad. Let's grab some of the relics though real quick, just to be sure that I don't have to walk back too much. There are only 4 relics on this map, so it won't be a repeat of the other stream where I spent God knows how long just searching for relics. So you guys won't have to have that looking for Waldo torture. That's 2. Let's check out really quick. Fucking Rapunzel's voice lines, I swear to God. That little dirty joke about Ikimas, I'm coming is really... Like, I did not expect them to actually put that type of joke inside of Nikke. Have so much abnormal gear you started using them as fodder? You regret nothing. I mean, yeah. Even I use them as fodder sometimes just out of pure spite. Like, out of absolute pure spite, I sometimes do it. Because I know they will come back eventually anyways. Welcome back, Eric! Like, sometimes just out of pure spite, I just feel like using some abnormal gear as freaking fodder. Because at this point, I'm just having so much of it. I'm getting pretty close to the final boss, eh? Pinpoint attacks from long range, so it's sniper rapture time again. The highest level thing in your recycling room is freaking abnormal. Goddamn. I mean, for me it's the lowest, because if you've been playing for a very long time, your recycling room will have leveled up a lot during events. Before Chainsaw Man was a thing. I think you said you started like at Chainsaw Man or after Chainsaw Man, like during the Sakura thing. And they've been giving out a lot of abnormal stuff to compensate, you know, the fact that for a long time they didn't have abnormal, right? Actually, maybe making a wrong decision here for saving the burst for so long, but I feel things are gonna die quickly enough that I can do this. Just kill the tiny ones and snipe. There we go. I am Groot. It's kind of amazing that the guy got paid quite a bit to just say that voice line over and over. I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot. The guy, he probably experienced the same thing as I did, is when you repeat a certain task or a certain thing for too long, inside of your brain it kind of loses meaning. And you kind of have to reassess again what you were doing. Fire an assault rifle, okay. Okay, we're gonna just nuke these. Just nuke these. Trigger the explosion early. And there we go. Sometimes that also happens to me. I'm playing Phantom Forces. I look at short black pole in the distance, realizing it's an enemy, then proceed to dump 2 mags. It realizes it's not an enemy. Yeah. You have 5 because you don't have ammo. Yeah. Like repetition somehow sometimes just kills the meaning inside of your head, doesn't it? And muscle memory is also the worst as well sometimes. Like there are some games I can't think of one like right off the top of my head. Probably Elden Ring has some of it actually. That gives you muscle memory for something, and that later on introduces something that punishes that exact muscle memory that you developed to fight certain enemies. Just to force you to think before actually doing something. Accumulating quite a bit. Let's kill that thing. Let's kill the tiny ones as well. This shouldn't matter because I'll be able to Shangri-La, but it's kind of annoying. Assuming I get to Shangri-La in the first place, right? Still on cooldown. There we go. Rapunzel, what would I do without you? Ever since I got you. I got her from the Dorothy banner, funnily enough. Like, Rapunzel is one of those Nikkas that I've got really, really late, but I invested very quickly into her because of how strong she is. Oh, yeah, there it is. So what are we getting out of this? Look at the song I just got. We're just gonna vibe to this song for a little bit. If Nabida was here, he would be very happy. I love this song so much. It fits Mustang so well as well. It's amazing. Okay, let's continue to the clearing of the hard mode. I kind of want to use Snow White on that priority target flying over there, but I don't think I'll need to. Yeah, I don't think I'll need to. I know it's gonna beam, so I'm gonna think. Oh, really? The freaking just die. The thing just missed. Snow White's anti-ship rifle expected it to sound like a massive resounding bang. It's kind of. You can hear 20 seconds with large. I mean, it would make sense, right, sound-wise, but at the same time, it's like an anti-ship rifle, but it looks like some sort of laser as well. So I'm not sure exactly what it's supposed to be. Like, it's an anti-ship rifle, but we don't know if it's like laser or if it's railgun or if it's like, I don't know. For sure it should be louder, but then again, you can't really blow your players' ears every time they shoot the Snow White rifle, right? Like, imagine demolishing your players' ears every time they just freaking burst with Snow White. I would have gone deaf by then. Nuke these tiny things too. Dorothy didn't get to do much damage here, but that's fine. Oh, god damn, that was... I got a little bit too greedy for that shot. Oh well, it's fine. Most likely a mix of a cannon and railgun? Yeah, that would make sense, right? I got way too greedy for that shot. So at the end of the day, Snow White didn't do any damage. Like, this is just what she does with her AR baseline. But it would make sense to be a mix of like a very strong rifle with a railgun integrated into it. Discount though. Modernia. Marion. Fury game you would make sound amazing but loud. I mean, there is a limit to how loud you can make it because there is also quality of life, right? But yeah, I can understand where you're coming from. Ooh, there's two of them. This is awkward. Oh god, they got Rapunzel. And Guilty is almost dead as well. Yikes. Even a breeze will kill Guilty at this point. That's not good. I should have taken cover sooner. I got way too greedy. Okay, that's not a problem. This is not a problem either, in theory. There we go. Quick question. What are all of the AoE bursts? Ooh, that's a big question. There are a lot of AoE bursts. Depends on what you define as AoE burst, but generally speaking, there's quite a few. There's Horan, there's Modernia, there is Dorothy, there is the... we can just go over them, right? What are the odds of Johan dying in the story? You give it like 30%? I honestly don't think Johan will die that easily in the story. Like, sure, it's very common for mentors to die in these type of stories, right? Because Johan is kind of like our mentor now. It's like a rival turned mentor. But I don't see it happening that easily. Okay, so AoE burst, right? Dorothy, AoE burst. Snow White is not an AoE burst. This is single target burst. Horan is one of the strongest AoE bursts in the game in terms of like a one tap damage done. Then you have, in terms of full burst, Senti is technically AoE because it hits multiple enemies. Another AoE burst would be Modernia with her New World thing. Private is AoE. Drake is AoE. Laplace, I wouldn't really count it as AoE, but it technically is. I think she's also AoE. Yeah, she's AoE as well. Like, there's a lot of them. This one is a little bit weird. I wouldn't count it as is more of a buff towards your entire team. This one, I don't remember what it did. Yeah, it only buffs. Right. Is this one AoE? No, it's just a debuff. What else is AoE? What else is AoE? Like, there's a lot of them. Like, this is AoE as well, believe it or not. It doesn't do that much damage because it's a ramp type of thing, but she does AoE with her thing. I believe this is single target. Yeah, this is single target. She taunts, it doesn't really count. Braid is a single target. She got buffed recently, I need to test her out later. D is AoE as I mentioned. Aria doesn't matter, it's a shield, this is single target. This is a very good AoE burst, by the way. A lot of people use it on Chatterbox, for example, because it does a lot of hits. Let's see. This is more of a buff thingy, but it also is kind of AoE. Crow is AoE. Oh no, it's single target actually. Never mind. Etc. etc. Like, I have a lot of options. Yan is AoE as well. Her burst. Like, there is a lot of options. Epinel is a good example of AoE burst. She does quite a bit of damage as AoE. She does a 540 multiplier at tier 1 as AoE. Right. So you have a lot of options, right? I don't remember if this was AoE or not. Affect enemies within attack range, so this is basically AoE. And this was AoE as well. So yeah, like, you have a lot of options for AoE. Taunt is skill 2. Oh yeah, you're right. Snow White is technically AoE. I mean, if you really want to count Pierce as AoE, then you can add Alice and a lot of other things, right? But let's keep it to actual, like, it hits the entire screen kind of thing, right? Because otherwise, yeah, you can add a lot of things to AoE. But yeah, like, you have a lot of... You want one more to help you deal with blacksmith bombs. I don't know if D would be enough to deal with the blacksmith bombs. I'm not sure. I don't think so. The most common stuff is Modernia plus Horan or Modernia plus Scarlet, but I assume you don't have both, so you would have to tell me, like, what Nikkes you have, and I would probably be able to tell you something that could work, I guess. Yeah, the Ludmilla AoE taunt is really, really good though. It's really, really strong. Because it lasts an eternity. So assuming your Ludmilla doesn't die and resists well because of the massive defense buff that she get, that AoE taunt could save your life in many stages. And that's why she's used on Train as well, right? Because she AoE taunts and she gets a damage reduction that's tasked with the Sakura. But if you talk like strong AoE bursts, then the first ones that come to mind is Horan, it's Scarlet to some extent. What else? You technically, what you could do to deal with the blacksmith bombs, right? Which is what I do because I play Snow White on one of my burst slots, right? Is to run a rocket launcher. Like, if you had something like Senti or a Burst 2 rocket launcher that is really good, Senti is the best option in that case, over Guilty, you will be able to deal with those bombs far more easily, even if you don't have multiple bursts that do AoE. Did I get the skin yet? No, not yet. I have not decided if I want to spend on it or not. I might. I'm not sure, to be honest. Because I already spent some money to get some rolls for Noir and Blancs, so I did not really budget for Rupee skin. So I'll just need to check if I can actually do it or not. Because like I always preach for that, is responsible spending. If I can see that I cannot, that it's not a good idea, I will not. Right? You might replace Noise with Rapunzel. If she can keep up the healing, yeah, it will work. Like, she will work. I use Rapunzel more than Noise these days against Blacksmith, actually. Although I used a lot of Noise very early on, because her taunt is pretty valuable. The hell? There we go. Oh, it's dead. It's dead anyways. Rapunzel's skills are level 5 and she has tier 9 equipment. Yeah, then you're good to go, yeah. Like, she will heal quite a bit. You still need to be careful and sometimes leverage your cover, but she will be really good. I mean, Immortal Saga has long fast streams, so I guess that's that, but Everything Will Freeze has longer and even faster streams, so I guess you're a masochist when it comes to Osu. Yeah, I mean, if you're still playing those tracks, especially Everything Will Freeze that I recommended to you, you're definitely a masochist. You would get along quite well with some specific Nikkes, especially a pink-haired one that is a little bit on the smaller side. Let's see, who are we fighting? Unknown. Okay, so I guess we go in blind. Fuck it. You'll be going now? Okay, thanks a lot for the support and thanks a lot for coming. I'll see you on the next stream, Eric. But yeah, I think like Rapunzel skill 5 tier 9 gear could probably be enough. Oh, it's Chatterbox. We were just talking about Chatterbox. Yes. Oh, you don't even do enough damage to blow my cover in one go? Oh, that's a shame. Isn't that a shame? So my objective here. There we go. I clip. There we go. Well, ain't that a shame, Chatterbox? Okay, and here I really need to be careful not to accidentally break the core. So Chatterbox gets really hard countered by Modernia because her burst destroys the missiles if you're aiming for the box at his back. Okay, that hit. I really need to be careful not to break his core accidentally. I probably will, which will be really bad. Like, yeah, those missiles that he's tossing just won't do much. Okay, so we shield here. And now we're actually going to double pierce. Yeah, now he's going to do his thing, but he's dead anyways. Easy peasy. So I accidentally broke his core early, that's why he jumped back there. And when you do that, you will see an animation where there will be fire on his hands. And that means that he's going to do an Uber Smash and absolutely ruin your day because you broke his core early. So, Dorothy's still being very high on the damage chart, Jesus Christ. Then again, I didn't funnel too many buffs on the thing. Chatterbox more like Harambe, both got sniped, yeah. That is pretty accurate. He does kind of look like a monkey, doesn't he? I guess it's because he looks humanoid. Where is the last relic? I know it's here. Yeah, there it is. Oh, I unlocked the... I love this track so much. Rip Harambe indeed. Welcome back, Namida. I unlocked this song as well. Oh, that's pretty cool. I really like this song so much. I'm kind of sad that they didn't put this track for Chatterbox Special Interception. Like, both of the tracks for Chatterbox really give me like Doom 2016 vibes, right? Or Doom Eternal vibes. It's so good. Let's get this. And let's go get the EX stage as well. Chatterbox is pretty cool fight. Let's see though. What are we fighting here? Stout. This is manageable, I think. In the survey, I don't know if you guys noticed that, but inside of the survey, for after Overzone, it seems that the devs are considering making elemental damage more relevant in the game. From some of the questions that I saw, the vibe that it gave me It really gave me that vibe of they're thinking about making, you know, of making the whole thing a little bit more relevant. Wait, did I miss? No, I did hit, right? Oh yeah, she doesn't have Pierce at the moment. All of these small raptors are kind of annoying though. Okay, we got the head. Always aim for the head. Remember the invaluable advice that was given to us. Oh, you should have aimed for the head. There we go. So that will be another max damage Dorothy burst onto the boss. Plop. The timing is kind of unfortunate because Dorothy basically ignores this thing. Like, look, this is the funny part about Dorothy, is that you can just ignore this thing and just hit because she has Pierce. So right now I'm still hitting him, even though it shows a bunch of blue numbers. I'm basically hitting him for real. And he's down. Not a good idea. I mean, it does make sense to make it a little bit more relevant, because the vibe that it gave me, Siwi, is that it was more in the along the lines of, do you remember Gatekeeper from Chainsaw Man collab? Gatekeeper actually had stuff that was relevant with the correct element to counter it. If you wanted to kill the Rapture Swarm, for example, you had to take the counter thing for the shield and everything. Dorothy OP moment of silence for people that miss her. That is true. Oh boy. A moment of silence as well for all the people that just skipped her because some people said that leader was better as well. Like a moment of silence for them as well. Because I did read some comments here and there about people that were going to skip or only roll very little because leader is better or something. Some people, I swear to God. Discounto. Oh yeah, this is that area. Oh, there's a lot of raptors to kill though. They have muck battle in the special intercept. Yeah, exactly. Like they've been adding more and more quality. Like we've been asking for muck battle for special interception. They added it. Like they gave it to us. So they've been listening to the feedback. As much as people try to meme about the devs and about Tencent, even though Tencent doesn't own Shift Up, like Tencent is just the owner of the publisher Level Infinite. That's all they are. They're the publishers. If you want to talk about games that are owned by Tencent, think Path of Exile, think League of Legends, and a lot of other games. This is not exactly one of them. Like, sure, publishers have some influence over stuff and whatever. It depends on how they sign the publishing rights to it. But you gotta remember that publishers aren't nearly as powerful as people make them out to be. Because the previous game of Shift Up, Destiny Child, used to be published by Line. I don't know if you guys know that. And at some point they decided to part ways, and Shift Up continued started to self-publish Destiny Child, because they just didn't want to work with them anymore at some point, and they just kind of like managed to find a way to part ways in an orderly fashion. Another example is Kakao Games with Black Desert Online. They parted way as well. So I don't know what type of contract they have with Level Infinite, but it's not beyond the realm of possibility. It's not within the realm of possibility. It's not impossible. I'm freaking mixing my words here. It's not impossible that at some point they will say like, yeah, we'd like to part ways with you, Level Infinite, because we don't like the way you work or something. Like, it's not impossible. It's happened already multiple times with multiple games, one of which was by these same developers, so... So yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm not an expert in game development, right, and publishing and everything, but I've read up a little bit about it, and I do know from watching other games as well being published and so on, that the publishers are not as omnipotent as people give them to be. You could never get into League of Legends, it takes a special kind of person. Yeah, I used to play League of Legends a lot, believe it or not, but I really dislike the amount of toxicity in that game. It was really something I could never get in. Like, yeah. Like, it's something that I never really liked about that community in particular, just the amount of elitism and toxicity. Lowest HP continuously, okay. Those explosive raptors, eh? I saw a post that was very funny that basically questioned why would the Raptor Queen create these type of raptors, the ones that you pop and oh, come on. Okay, whatever. I'll work with it. We'll make it work. There we go. That why would the Raptor Queen make the ones that create a vortex and suck all of the raptors towards them, and the ones that explode and stun all of the raptors around? That was questioning why was that a thing inside of the Raptor army. It was a pretty funny kind of a comment about it. Yeah, we're progressing pretty smoothly in hard mode, I guess. Projectiles, okay. But yeah, you guys liked the bunny event, right, so far? Like, it's not as huge and amazing as Overzone, but it's pretty good, right? I mean, if you don't like it, you're also free to say so. I'm not gonna argue about that. Different taste for different people. It's always nice to hear some opinions about stuff. So many raptors. I think these ones, yeah, these buff the attack of raptors, so I need to take them out. They probably should work a little bit into making more distinguishable which raptors do what. Some of them are very iconic, so you kind of know what they do. But others, you cannot recognize on sight what they do. Same reason why enemies plant explosive barrels near them. Yeah, I know, right? Like, it's questionable at best. In all fairness, if they're in a factory, it does make sense, right? That they have, like, explosive barrels or something. I don't know, but it is kind of the same thing, isn't it? And I cannot believe that in the end I basically streamed, what? 8, 9, maybe 10 hours today? Wow. That's kind of crazy. I mean, it is technically a free day, but... Ooh, so many kamikazes. Ooh, so many kamikazes, that's not good. Whoop, got them. God bless Modernia for existing, right? Let's clear those kamikazes here. Aerial ones, clear the bombs. And done. Modernia, the San Diego of Nikke. Yeah, it kind of is, doesn't it? I do forget that there is quite a bit of overlap between my community and the Azur Lane community. I also play Azur Lane, by the way, in case you didn't know. I think I've mentioned it multiple times, but better just mention it just in case. I also play Azur Lane. And yeah, like Modernia is legit the cheat codes of anti-air, isn't she? Just like San Diego retrofit. Like, man, is it impressive? Ooh, guilty, guilty, guilty. Don't die on me. Don't die on me, guilty. I really need you alive. Ah, and Rapunzel got sniped, huh? Oh well. Can make this work. As long as I get to burst with Snow White, we can make this work. Let's not get too greedy here. Ooh, that's bad. Yeah, that is bad. I don't think I'll make it in time now. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna make it. God damn. Can't wait until Helm finally sends off the Admire and just install Modernia for anti-air. Yeah, that would be funny, wouldn't it? I really hope that we get to see Modernia in the story again. Because right now we haven't met her again after departing. Okay, I got it. I got the message, game. I understand that you want me to use this other team instead. I understand. God damn. So many, like, did you guys notice? It was like you blink, you'll miss it. So many died at once. But this is one of those stages where Haran can kind of shine, so let's give her a chance to shine. Just gonna wait for that Raptor to pop up. Haran really shines in this type of stages, where you can use a screen wipe and just wipe a lot of Raptors at once. Dorothy also shines in this type of stage, if she doesn't die. Like, see what I mean by Haran really shines in this stage? Yoink! Like, Haran really shines in this type of stages, because it's instant AoE burst that does a lot of damage. Like, just look at the damage of Haran. Even Dorothy didn't get that much to shine here, compared to her. Whew. Okay, so now we're so far off though. Jeez. I think there is a reward at the arc that is waiting for me for having cleared. Yeah, there is a reward here for hard campaign ranking. I really don't have much competition anymore in my server, huh? Inventory, and open up this. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here for tonight, because I did stream during the day a lot, and it is close to midnight, and I do have to do a lot of work tomorrow. So yeah, thanks a lot for dropping by. Thanks a lot for the support, and I'll probably see you guys tomorrow as well. I should be streaming over the weekend, in theory. Assuming there's not something that randomly drops. Should be okay though. And yeah, hopefully you guys continue enjoying the event and all of the other stuff that is coming. And yeah, see you guys probably tomorrow. Look forward to the video that is going to come out in about 20-ish minutes. I think I said it. So yeah, have a good night and thanks for dropping by. See ya.